on privilege, your privilege, and this video will be followed up with a video on privilege, my privilege, and I'm doing it in that order because I want to bring a kind of blank sheet to it rather than sort of cover what I want to cover and then sort of prejudice what other people, what ideas they have. I want to present a blank sheet, and what I want to try and do is to have a more positive discussion on privilege, because we're told that privilege isn't something to be ashamed of, it's not something we've got to apologise for or feel guilty for, it's something to be aware of and perhaps something to be thankful for or whatever. And yet every discussion, and I mean every discussion that I've seen on privilege, it's always been done in a negative context, and there's always been this kind of subtext of sort of using it almost as a tool against people, perhaps a tool to silence people or a tool to sideline people to some extent within a conversation. So what I want to do is to kind of reclaim it. And so there's several different things that I want to do in terms of doing that. The first is that not to cover all the usual suspects. So let's forget about all the things that we've heard 101 times before to do with race, and gender, sex, sexual identity, all these kinds of things. That's not to say that you cannot be privileged in these things. Of course you can be privileged in these aspects, but these have been done to death, right? And they're very hot topics for people, and they generally end up mired in negativity, and mired in negativity in a number of different ways. Wealth is one such way, of course, and it's always something. I'm not from a wealthy upbringing. My father worked in a factory, my mother was a housewife, so it's a very, very bog standard working class beginning. But if I had very wealthy parents, you can bet your fucking boots that I would appreciate that, and I would appreciate the luxuries that had afforded me, and that luxuries that afforded me now. I wouldn't be mired in negativity, and yet some people seem mired in negativity, and that seems tragic to me. I have no objection to rich people. Sure, I have that tinge of something that the alternative comedian Alexei Sayle said. He had a conversation with Paul McCartney once, and he said all he could really think was, give us some of your money, you bastard. And I think, I'd quite like to put that on my Patreon page. I think, give me some of your money, you bastards, or something like that, right? But I don't mind. I don't begrudge people their wealth. But for fuck's sake, if you have excessive wealth, fucking enjoy it. The least that you can do. Don't rub my nose in your wealth by having it and then feeling fucking guilty for it such that you don't enjoy it. That's like a kind of double whammy. If it's causing you that much trouble, fucking give it to me and I'll make better use of it than you clearly are. What I want to do then, and what I'm proposing then, is for people, if you feel like getting involved in this, like I say, I'll put a video out at the end of the week, is to discuss privilege and what you think your privileges are. The privileges that you enjoy, right? And you don't feel any guilt for enjoying. Perhaps you'd like to see them spread a bit more evenly, but the privileges that you enjoy about your life outside of the ones that are normally discussed. So let's take this on board, that privilege isn't something to feel guilty for, that it's just a thing, a fact of our lives that we can discuss. As Stephanie Svan, I hate Stephanie Svan, she's one of the few people I genuinely hate on the internet, but she said something that struck a nerve with me. If you accept there are underprivileged people in the world, then you accept that there's such a thing as privilege. So let's take that as a starting point. I'm just interested what aspects of your life, what privileges you think you have other than the ones that are normally discussed, and the ones that you actually gain the most pleasure from, the most benefit, that you feel the most thankful for. Well, thank you for watching. I'd be interested as to what anybody has to say. If you make a video response, let me know, and then when I put my video response out in a week, I'll link any other videos that have been made on the subject. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.
I do a lot of left-wing benefits, and one of the weird things about left-wing audiences is that you tell a joke, there's a 5-second delay in which the joke is politically vetted, and then they laugh. Like you say, Stalin was a bit of a loony, wasn't he? They go, Stalin was a bit of a loony. Yes, I've got definite disagreements with Stalin of the collectivization of the kulaks, yes. And they're really worried, you know, in case you say anything suspect, you know, like you say something like, these two women go into a shop, right? They go, oh my God, he's mentioned women. Oh my God, he's mentioned women. He's going to say they're lesbians in a minute. We're going to be laughing at lesbians. Oh no. He's going to say they're black and we're going to be laughing at black lesbians. Oh my God, no.